Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Dipshikha Law and Legal. Today I am going to discuss with you about children's rights, UNICEF and the Child Labor Prohibition and Regulation Act 1986. In my previous video, I have already discussed about human rights where children's rights are also included. Children's rights are subject of human rights with particular attention to the rights of special protection and care afforded to minors. The United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child is an important agreement by countries who have promised to protect children's rights. Who are children? The term child comes from the Latin word infans, which means the one who does not speak. The Convention on the Rights of the Child of 1989 defines more precisely the term child, that a child is a human being below the age of 18 years of age. Children's rights were recognized after the First World War with the adoption of the Declaration of Geneva in 1942. The process of recognition of the children's rights continued with the adoption of the Declaration of the Rights of Child in 1959. According to the Declaration of Geneva, humanity has to do its best for the child, which includes strengthening, protecting initiatives and addressing harmful social norms that perpetuate child labor, in addition to strengthening legal social support and reporting systems to curtail it. According to UNICEF, the child labor deprives children of their childhood and their future. Economic vulnerability associated with poverty, risks and shocks plays a key role in driving children into work. Globally, nearly 1 in 10 children are subject to child labor. Child labor represents multiple cycles of poverty and abuse. Child labor harms the mental, social, physical and psychological development of a children. Working prevents children from going to school. The countries with child labor are India, Pakistan, Somalia, Myanmar, Bangladesh, Ethiopia, North Korea, Afghanistan, the Democratic Republic of Congo, United Kingdom, Brazil, etc. 76 more countries rank high in child labor violations. Children's rights are economic, social, and cultural rights, such as the right to education. Every child has the right to go to school and learn, the right to decent standard of living, the right to health and nutrition. Children's rights include individual rights, right to live with his or her parents, and the right to benefit from protection, etc. Now I am going to tell you about UNICEF. What is UNICEF? United Nations Children's Emergency Fund. Child Labor Prohibition and Regulation Act 1986. This act aims to eradicate any kind of child abuse in the form of employment and prohibit the engagement of children in any kind of hazardous employment who have not completed the age of 14 years. Labor Prohibition and Regulation Act prohibits the employment children in certain occupation and process. What is UNICEF doing to stop child labor? UNICEF promotes an integrated approach to eliminating child labor. In the world's poorest countries, around 1 in 4 children are engaged in child labor. In India, millions of children are forced into degrading jobs every year. Child labor around the world is more complicated than you think. Few basic rights of children are non-discrimination, family, health, protection from harm, right to identity, education, freedom of thought, access to information, right to participation, right to development, etc. UNICEF works in more than 190 countries and territories to reach the most disadvantaged children and adolescents and to protect the right of every children across the world. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru said, "Children are like buds in the garden and should be carefully and lovingly nurtured as they are the future of the nation and the citizens of tomorrow." If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you. Good night.